Is this going to be a rolling start?
I don't know. Tell me when I should start recording.
Okay. We'll do a rolling start.
All right. So we're recording whenever you want to go.
Yep. I don't know how to fucking open this.
Should we put labels over the Coca-Cola?
No, like I want to address Josh passing quick, but like I don't know how to like open the show and do that without it being like super fucking weird.
Listen,
Do we just use this? Is this how we do that?
at what point did you forget that you're Michael Fauerbach?
Oh man. I guess we'll just like I knew this was going to be really hard. I didn't think it was going to be this hard. Josh from JCE passed, and he was a big part of my life, and he was a big part of this show, and I wasn't going to not address that, so we're just going to move forward from here, and he will be missed, and he will always be a part of the show. So you can figure out how to transition from that, Jesse.
So now I have to bring the funny, is what you're saying?
I didn't think I'd cry. Like, I knew it would be really emotional, but I didn't think it'd go like that.
And we're on camera.
I did much better.
And we're on camera now,
Yeah,
so you
perfect.
can't lie.
Perfect to
You
do.
can't lie and just be like, I ain't crying.
Perfect to do full video.
Probably should have done it at the end.
No, because I didn't want to do it at the end, because then I would have just started anticipating it.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that. But after that on the list is Chuck Liddell got knocked out by Tito Ortiz.
I know. So, to watch one of your heroes that you idolize, and to this day, if I watch his old fights, you get goosebumps. To have him come out, and I knew as soon as he got out of the car, and I told you on the phone, when he's walking with his kids, and he looked like a 90-year-old man kind of shuffling, I already knew I was just going to turn it off. It's so bad.
Everyone
stopped.
Everyone who reported on it was like, that should have never happened.
I don't know how he got cleared. I mean,
They said
physically,
it took a while.
physically he was put together, but he's not. He can't. All they had to do is just go run up these stairs. If you can't do it, you can't fight. I don't think he could have done it.
I don't think it was more of his physical. It was like he has no chin anymore from being knocked out so many times. Like Tito doesn't knock anyone out, especially at his age now.
Well,
Tito really hasn't. When's the last time Tito knocked anybody out?
No. Well, Tito has a big fat head from doing steroids.
What's wrong with big fat heads?
He is from doing steroids, but
The Rock has a giant head from doing
it's
steroids.
muscular and it's not steroid because
Yeah.
he's. I'll bring that out later. Shit. But no, it was depressing to watch, and I knew it because then I had to watch stupid Tito run around the room like he's a fucking champion.
Yeah.
And then everybody just kept saying, "You're the champ." There was no championship. They haven't fought in fucking 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was not very happy with that.
I didn't even watch it. They said like 25,000 people got the pay-per-view, and the attendance for it was like 7
it was
or 8.
free.
It wasn't free. It was
Yes.
$40.
If you signed up for that Dazen thing, you got it free for a week. So what they did was that was their first sign up, and then you get it free for weeks. So everybody signed up to get it free. That's why.
I didn't even care. There wasn't anything else on that card to make it even worthwhile watching.
Every other fight was complete dog shit. Like none of them. It looked like we would see better fights at the Sands. It just, you can tell the difference when somebody's actually professional and when they're not, just by how they're like responding to people getting hit. And it just looked like we took a class for a week and then we threw you in a ring and said, just go kick the shit out of each other. That's what they all look like. It wasn't worth it.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I watched every single fight.
I didn't. I saw the whole thing on
Every fucking fight I watched.
It was in like one Instagram clip that was worth what you should have watched from that pay-per-view.
I was anticipating De La Hoya coming out in a skirt
He's awful.
or a dress.
I didn't realize he was a cokehead as well.
He's just a creep.
Yeah.
You see the pictures of him in a dress?
Yeah, that stuff I don't think's that bad.
Says who?
I don't know. You're
We're
not,
on fi-
you're not into that kind of stuff?
Good, no, the only thing good about being on video now is that people can realize how weird you really fucking are. Because normally you do shit and I have to tell people what you're doing. So now when you're playing with your thighs and doing shit like that, it's going to show up on video. So, good news is you're going to get a bunch of weird fucking chicks dialing in.
Oh, yeah. It's so different from the norm.
Yeah.
So this is Never Again Radio. What would this be, 5.0? 2.0? 2.5? Dolby Surround Sound?
What's the new surround sound? 7.1? Anyone?
I don't know.
7.1.
So this is now where we wanted to be 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are full video.
But let me ask you this, because now you're on the spot.
Oh.
We're not moving from the studio.
Oh, no.
Every time it gets set up how we want
it.
it, you have in your idea that you want to change the fucking room.
Yeah, but every time we were somewhere, there wasn't the correct space to set it up.
Bethlehem was cool because we had the behind the glass
It was
kind of
too
thing.
much. They wanted $850 a month. That's insane.
What I'm saying is that it was cool because we had that glass barrier.
Yeah.
But it was like the crackhead walking around.
Oh, my God.
Sleeping in the,
and then the janitor you befriended?
yeah. And then you talk shit on him. And then I had to awkwardly tell him that he listens to all of our shows. And I
Yeah.
had to sit there and you guys left me with him.
Because I started bringing up like how the janitor was a creep. And
Yeah,
you
and
hooked,
like going
and you,
through stuff. And then he comes, he's like, I listen to all your shows. Great. Fucking assholes.
the landlord coming into the space when he wasn't supposed to, and we'd catch him on
'Cause
camera.
you were yeah.
Yep. And then what else was it?
By the way, why don't we have those cameras set up upstairs?
I don't know. We have the one.
I mean, we do.
No, we have the one up
There's
there.
no security flaws.
We have the one, and we have the ring. We could put them on the back of the building, but I don't know.
No, those people aren't coming over here.
I don't know. We're not in Bethlehem anymore, man. We got to worry about that stuff in the
We should
easy streets in Nazareth.
video everything. Fucking the real world. Everything that happens in here.
Oh, I don't think we should do that at all. It'd mostly just be me crying and masturbating together.
Angrily.
So we went full video. So now we got studio lighting. We got
thank the people that did
cameras. Yeah, this wouldn't be possible without Jeremiah Rouse and Christopher Muma. They did so much here, and I am forever indebted to them. So I'll probably just get them pizza a couple times or something from Tony's Pizza. We're also going to Skype in, so we got the monitor hooked up now.
I'm excited for that.
So
'Cause we have
January.
so many things so many people we can talk to.
Yep. The other thing too is I can't go to my phone without it looking unprofessional now.
No.
But no, with the new the Skype with the guests, I have Reload Rub and Primal Foods. And then there was a bunch of people that are actually ended up being local, like Antiques and Obscurities.
No.
And then Blown Deadline, they're going to Skype in. We have a laundry list of really good people, but that's not all going to be until January.
We should probably we should get them in pretty soon so that other show can also have them on and try to steal our ideas. The shitty one in Bethlehem with the fucking two dickheads.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, I mean there's
my God.
one dick bag and then one incredibly weird fucking one. Yeah.
Whoa.
Maybe they can take all our guests and try to do what we did 10 years ago. It's awesome.
So we're probably going to bring
talk
in.
about the name of it.
We're not
going to say their name.
We're going to bring in Obscurity Antiques. They're out of New York, so I can actually go there and film a couple bits. And the guy actually lives in Easton, so that one's super close. And then Ray from Lost Soul will actually be our first guest.
So he has his place in
New York City.
And he lives here?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's fucking a quarter of the price to live here, probably.
Yeah, so he's in Easton. I got to reach out to him. Ray from Lost Souls, that'll be a cool one. And then
Thomas Waltmeyer.
Yep, I reached out to him. He's got to get back to us.
I can't. He's gonna blow up in a story. It's awesome. His story is fucking amazing. Such a cool guy.
I'm trying to think. I got a list of stuff.
What's that? Whatever happened to that dude that does all the exploring? That Jack dude wears a fucking mask. Remember that one? Isn't he from Nazareth?
Yes, I ran into him at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, get him on here.
We are going to plan something, but we missed weather, so we got to wait till summer
And then we can
again.
tell him how we followed someone else's account that was looking at stuff. We just talk shit the whole time they were on the camera.
Wait, what?
You don't remember when that other fella that used to be on the show here was at that prison? And he was walking around the whole time. He was walking around talking everybody was just talking back and forth, making fun of him.
Oh, you're talking about Chris?
Yeah.
He's going to come back on. Him and Torres are going to come back on. Torres started a barbecue company, so he wants to come back on.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So
Not as good as Moomaw. Sorry.
We're going to start having barbecue wars down here.
Yeah.
My friend from Blue Hearts Revival, I think. I want to do a show down here with them when they come on. I don't know if you were here when they came down. I talked to two of them. So they'll probably be the first show that we have here, and then we'll do like an intimate, like, I don't know.
Band?
Probably like, I don't know,
Music?
20, 25 people. Like just get like some people from our show that still listen. I think there'll be like 8 people left. And then I told him to just invite some of their close friends, and then they're going to set up in the back corner, and then we'll do that. I don't know if we're going to live stream or not. Do you think we should? Or it's just another added aspect to a headache?
Mm-hmm.
Is it annoying to live stream, Muma?
It's doable. It's just going to be...
What would you have to do? Like hook up a feed through the computer to the cameras? Vice versa? Okay, so that's easy too. So then, like, we could live feed stuff like this. I don't think anyone... I mean, I don't know. I guess if we got... We used to get viewers when... what's his face used to do it? Harding? Electric Eric?
We're big in Russia.
Yeah.
Love their rifles. I mean, we're big in Russia.
We had... I had in here... You have been training nonstop with Wolfpack Search and Recovery.
I'm certified to do everything in the world.
Yeah, because pretty much when we started doing this, you pretty much broke off and were working with them almost every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Why don't you tell everyone where they're at and where you are at with your position there and what you took on?
Well, I don't want to get too much into it. I'll let him do it when he does come on the show. But Wolfpack Search and Recovery is a group of volunteers that go and look for people that are missing. It's basically it's a nonprofit, so everything is self-funded. So I joined up almost 3 years ago, just because I was told that these guys find people or do whatever, so I thought I would do it. And then it turned into they got really serious involved in doing all this stuff, so then they started doing certifications. So then it became, well, we should be certified to be better recognized by a bunch of people. And then that turned into one, and then I'm a cert whore, so everything I can
What does
get
that
certified,
mean exactly, a cert
I
whore?
take every single possible certification you can take, just so I have a cool piece of paper that says that I can do it. So technically now, according to the piece of paper I have, I can do a lot of stuff. But
CPR?
I am CPR. I am very beginner with CPR. First aid stuff. Navigational stuff. GPS stuff. All kinds of stuff. So I am actually the nationally recognized certification program that we do. I'm not the highest without going into like the crazy level stuff that I don't want to do. So right now I'm basic beginner team leader, which I don't want to be.
Do you need to practice CPR in order to like keep your records
You have to go
to
continue
a top
education.
level?
Yeah,
Like, can you do it here, practice, instead of going somewhere?
Why? I'm not making out with you, fucking creep. You know how fucking weird it is to do it on one of those dolls? Well, they've come a long way. Remember in fucking health class, you had like
Yeah,
crazy...
well,
now they're like digital. Now it has like meters. So if you blow
wow.
into it, it'll tell you if you're blowing too hard, if you're pushing too hard.
Oh, wow.
So, there's a lot of funny pictures, but no, I mean it's good to know all that stuff. I even took like the stuff for like infant stuff for like my kid if something would happen.
Every now and then I panic a little bit, like if you're caught in that situation and you have to do CPR and you don't know how to do it.
And I know that the stuff that I've trained so long to do as far as knots and all the other shit happens, but normally I get really freaked out if the kid starts bleeding or something. One of my kids get hurt. But
Do you consider yourself better than an Eagle Scout?
No, I don't do that. I don't know.
Would you say you're better than an Eagle Scout? Like
You're
if we
just-
brought an Eagle Scout on the
Like I
show
can
and you
kick his
guys
fucking ass.
did
Yeah.
challenges against
Oh,
each other, you would win?
I'd take his fucking knees out.
All right.
Choke him.
I'm going to start looking for an Eagle Scout.
Yeah. No, my daughter like cut her hand, and I didn't. I just went through the thing, and I didn't. I just fixed everything, and she was like, "Oh," she's like, "You didn't freak out or anything?" I said, "No, I'm just used to doing it by now. I've done it for how long?" So it does help. But we're actually going to be going out. I don't know when this is going to be edited, pretty soon. But we're going to be going, it was in the paper, we're going to be looking for a guy that's been missing for like 2 years.
Oh.
So he's not necessarily, the family wants closure. So we're going to be going and doing that and bringing like people to actually do, climbing and shit like I used to do.
Local?
20 years ago. Yeah. So 20 years ago, I probably could have done all that stuff. So now I'm just going to be doing other stuff. But we're going to go out with dogs. We have a bunch of canines that do like cadaver dogs and stuff that look for certain kinds of stuff, different bones and blood and all that stuff. So we're trying to just help the family out. That's all it is.
They went for what did they change to now? They're a nonprofit. When they came on before, they weren't, correct?
They were in the process.
Yeah.
So now it's 100% nonprofit.
And we can raise money for them.
Yes. But I forget when they did something else. They altered something else too. So it's something. But
We should raise money at a bowling alley for them.
they do. One of the people actually runs one of the bowling alleys, so she did do a thing.
Yeah, we should do a better one.
We should do a soapbox derby.
In a bowling alley?
No, right on the street.
You want to use the Soapbox Derby event that we want to do for them?
Yeah.
It's doable.
Get sponsored by Monster.
Maybe Wawa. Sheets, maybe. Oh, Wawa donated to the Jokes and Choke charity, and Sheets did not.
Who cares? Wawa sucks. It's dog shit.
So are you done certifying now?
You want to do it? Maybe we could do one of those shows because it's a hot topic on other podcasts that copy us. Wawa versus Sheets. No, we don't want to talk about that.
So are you done being certified?
Yeah, I promised my wife I wouldn't do anything crazy. I had a
I thought she was going to leave you because you were gone every single weekend.
When she would get mad, I would just keep saying I'm doing it for the children. So I also took a county run course for if the case there's an emergency to like help out all my neighbors and everything, and then what to do. So now I have ready packs for myself and my children, and my wife does not have one because she made fun of me. So now she has to suffer, and we're good, and she's not.
What do you mean a ready pack?
I have all kinds of supplies: food, water, gas masks, all kinds of first aid kits. So I can really just go and grab a bag and go, and we're good. She doesn't have any of that.
What do you mean go where? Like if you talk about if there was like a
any kind of event they tell you to
zombie
evacuate.
raid or
No, if there's anything, any kind of even if there's like fires and stuff and the air gets bad and they tell you to evacuate and you go to a shelter, they're gonna show up and you have whatever they have. If I show up, I have fucking everything I need.
What's in your bag?
It's a whole bunch of shit. It's really.
Do you bring anything personal or is it all very serious?
No, it's all serious. I even have a fucking kit for the dog. Yeah.
I could be able to bring your dog to a shelter. They're gonna
Fuck yeah, you don't leave him at the house.
No, you'd have to put that down.
That fucker's protecting our shit. I mean, he has his own kit. Got little portable water things. I got all kinds of bandages and stuff for dogs. I got everything.
How did you get into doing this?
It fell down the rabbit hole of I have to survive.
Where did it start?
I have to survive.
Walking Dead? You get one of those guys?
No, I
too
bought
many cons?
I bought a crossbow because of The Walking Dead, and I bought a bunch of knives because of The Walking Dead. I bought the couple shotguns.
So rewind it before The Walking Dead. Was it in high school? When did you become a prepper?
I'm not a prepper. I'm just smart enough to
You
know
have
what you
a
need.
package for your dog that's pretty prepped.
No,
You're a
he's
prepper.
he's good for a solid week. My dog can survive. I have food.
Would you
like
kill the
vacuum
dog
packs?
after that to eat it to survive?
No, I have guns. I'll take everybody else's shit and feed the dog.
Oh my god! So
My na-
seriously, was it
I
in
tell
high
you all the
school?
time, my
Was it in
neighbor-
high school when it started?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But once you start, listen, if you start reading a lot of books, you see things that potentially could happen. Why wouldn't you be prepared? If you walk out and you have like fucking nothing, then you're at the mercy of everybody else trying to help you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just fortunate enough that I would just go to your house, so I don't have to prep.
my
Will you make a
neighbors have
prep
a lot
pack
of
for
shit.
me?
We can break one down and do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So then I'll have one, and your wife won't have one.
Yeah, she doesn't have anything.
Was she okay with that?
No, it's her fault. I told her. She laughed at me. She doesn't get one. Sorry. Listen, she won't even go out and shoot. So I said, Mike, I bought my daughter a.
Did you have a serious conversation with your wife and being like, hey, like, you need to learn how to shoot because if shit goes down, like, Is that pillow talk or is that like kitchen talk?
Do you realize
Like
I have
that talk over supper.
No, supper. Maybe some supper. I have evacuation plans. I have stuff I've gone over with the kids.
Do you have maps?
No, I just have evacuation plans. And if something happens,
Well, what's the
if somebody's trying
evacuation
to come-
plan? Run me through this.
I have to show you what I can't tell you on the fucking air, but I have in case somebody comes in the house. Where do you go?
Yeah, no, I
Well, you
think
remember the
I think
last
that's
time?
important.
Do you remember the last time we were in this and the fucking wife called in the middle of the middle of the night?
Yeah, that was very bizarre.
Yeah.
Well, one, because I was drunk, and then, the scenario was we were all sitting down here.
Watching a fight, I think.
You
it was,
were doing
right?
whippets and huffing gas, and I was like, we were watching fights, and your wife texted or called? Called.
Cold crying and said she thinks somebody's in the
Somebody's
house.
in the house, and then you went into.
Grab my gun and run down.
It was very, very much like a '90s Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal. You were like, "I'm on my way," and we were like, "What's going on?" You're like, "No need for any more information," and then you stormed out with your handgun.
And then I went outside the house and cleared the outside of the house and checked the cameras while I was outside the house. And then I cleared the house.
And then you didn't let us
And then
know.
I opened up the bathroom door and said, "I'm here." And my wife was standing there with no clothes on. And I said, "Have you never watched?
Wow.
No, have you never watched
Turned
any,
into a little HBO late
No.
night then, huh?
and any horror movie ever? They always kill the naked lady." And then I said, "So you're standing here afraid that somebody's in the house?" And I said, "Where are the children?" "Oh, well, they're still in their rooms."
Oh, my God.
Congratulations. You failed
Oh, my
everything we
God.
fucking we talked about.
It sounds like even if you made her a care package, she's still going to be the first to
No.
go.
So, because she refuses to do any of that stuff, I bought a SIG P320 BB and pellet gun for the kid. So she will be training with me now to shoot firearms. So she'll start with a BB gun, and then I will progress to a 22 pistol, and then a rifle, and then she's going to have to protect the fucking rest of the family if I'm not there.
You also didn't end the story from before where you left out the part where you didn't let us know everything was okay, and then me and Dustin had to like walk halfway down the block, and then we didn't know how close to get because we didn't want you to shoot us if you thought like we were the intruders.
Well,
So we just were awkwardly standing in the street going, what do we do?
no, I was also, I had to clear the place. So I cleared the whole property. And then as I was doing it, I had my phone.
Do you have a specific way to clear it?
I've cleared a lot of houses from doing recovery work and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
You're like
all
an
right,
action
it sounds
hero.
a little. No, it sounds a little far. But you have to know what the fuck you're doing. If you don't, somebody can seriously get hurt. So I
Yeah.
know what I'm doing. So I cleared everything. I checked all the cameras before I did everything. I got the stupid fucking dog, and I was like, "Come on, let's go! Like you're gonna search the fucking basement." So he ran around, and unfortunately, he's there to fucking try to find somebody. And if he gets hurt, it sucks. He's one of the family members, but that's kind of what they do. So he searched the fucking basement. Ran back up. I ran down, searched the basement again because I don't trust him because he's a fucking idiot and he's old. And then, no, she was staying up and all the fucking kids were in the room. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Is that the first time you've had to clear your house like that?
No, I've cleared my dad's house already. I cleared the whole house. I ran around and my neighbor was there and I just pushed everybody back in their house and I was running around with a fucking gun and I cleared the whole house. And the alarm was going off. So you leave the alarm on so they can't fucking hear you.
Yeah.
So I I cleared the whole thing. I hit the code, turned the alarm off, and then the fucking company called. I said, "What's the password?" I said, "The password is go fuck yourself because I just cleared the whole house." And they were like, "Well, we're calling. You have to give us a password. We're going to call the police."
What is your password if you don't mind
It
sharing
was my
over
dad's.
the
It was
air?
my dad's password. No, but I said, I've cleared the whole house now. I said, it's just like it's been going off for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
That's
now,
excruciating to listen
now
to.
you want to call the police. Why didn't you call the police 10 fucking minutes ago? So yeah, don't ever use ADT. Fuck you guys.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I had a similar situation where I was dating this hot tamale. She lived in Tatamy, and I was living at the Hill, and she called and said, I think there's someone roaming around the backyard. So I pushed on my dungarees, and I headed over there, and I walked through the backyard, and no one was there, and then I ended up getting laid.
It's way better what happened to mine.
What are you talking about?
I even told my wife, was this a trick?
What are you talking about?
I told my wife when I opened the door and she was there and I said, is this a trick? Like, is this like a fantasy kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because if it's not, like our children are dead now. because you
Oh my
you
God.
left them in the room by themselves while you hid in the bathroom.
If it was a fantasy, I don't think that saying that would have got you any further.
No, I think that would have been it. So now we go over it at least once a month. We'll go
How
over
old
it.
are your kids supposed to be when you start going over home invasions with them?
I guess as soon as they know a little bit.
My parents, I remember my parents going over a fire. Like, because you have to, like, take stuff home from school. I don't know if they still do that.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And then they had to go over, like, what we would do.
Although I don't approve of what the schools teach the kids if there's like a shooting. It's a fucking joke. So the teachers are told the ALICE program.
Who's Alice?
It's an acronym for something. I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyway, they're told to lock the doors, have the kids go in a corner, and the teacher stands in front of them, and that they're taught to throw things at the person if they come in the room.
Well, I mean, you figure 20 people to a room, that's 20 bucks. You can definitely knock an intruder out.
No, you're just gonna piss somebody off.
I don't know, man.
One of the one of the centers was going to give river rocks. That was going to be their. Now they talk about hockey pucks.
That's another good one.
I asked the.
Why don't they just use mace or something?
Well, I asked the school.
Bear spray.
Bilco makes some stuff that you can lock the doors. So
Wait,
I
when
asked
you
the
said you
school-
asked the school, were you like in a PTA, teacher-parent
No, I
conference?
talked
thing?
to the principal. He's a
Directly?
really nice guy. Yeah, no, he's a really nice guy. But I explained to
Mr.
him that.
Caprari?
No, he's awesome. I think is he alive yet?
I don't know.
I don't think he is. I think he
Oh,
passed away.
it's all video.
Oh, don't do that. Don't. But no, I approached the principal and I said that, you know, Bilco, which is a pretty big company, I said they developed something that locks the fucking rooms down. And I said, they're only like 50 or 60 bucks. I said, if I buy one for my daughter's room, I will just donate it to the school every year. So every year she goes, I'll just buy a new one. And then that way you'll have
What's the
some.
thing that you're talking
There's
about?
different for different doors. It basically locks the door down. You can't get in the fucking room. And he said he would look into it. And the last I heard was it's against fire code, so they won't let anybody have them.
Yeah.
But last I checked, when there's somebody coming in shooting up a bunch of people, I'm not really worried about a fucking fire.
Well, what if they lock that door, a fire starts, and then no one can get out?
You can still get out.
I don't know, man. You just sound like a twisted fire starter.
No. So now I drafted a letter to
Oh, here we go.
to someone. I want to figure out why it's against the fire code.
These are normal people with jobs that they hate as much as you, and you're like the annoying asshole that mails them stupid shit.
No,
that
I'm the
they
most
have to
down to
throw
earth.
out.
No, because of all the certifications I
Like
have.
someone will get that on a Friday and be like, "Ugh,
No.
this stupid Jesse guy's sending more dumb shit about locking a door."
Because of all of that stuff and because of the stuff that I do for, and I don't want to say what else I do because it's not really good, but
You're a hand model.
no, besides being bondsman and recovery agent, that other job I won't talk. But anyway, that one, you learn a lot of stuff, and because of that, I can talk to people a little bit better, and they'll take me more seriously,
Yeah.
and they still don't give a shit. So,
Why don't you volunteer to
I was told today, by
start
the way,
guarding the schools? Like what are those angels from
no,
in the
they
80s?
they actually have.
What were those
school
guys
police
called?
officers.
They were always on like Geraldo and stuff. They wore the berets.
They're still here. The Guardian Angels.
Guardian Angels. One time I was in Philly and we went to a Showcase Showdown show. It was like me, Randy, and Josh Martin. And it was the first time I ever got served alcohol, like from when I was like 17. And it was this like Chinese shop, had 40s.
Of course it is.
So we just got like super wasted and I started buying beer for this homeless guy that was like outside the show. So we got him super drunk and then I pushed him into the concert and then he was like in the concert and ended up on stage. But then there was a guardian angel there and he had to take care of the guy. And like he ended up having to stay with him the rest of the night.
I actually know two of the Guardian Angels. They're all from Easton.
They were always on talk shows in the 80s.
Yeah, no, they're still around. They're still around. They're in
What do they
Easton.
do? Why don't you do that?
No, it's they go into bad neighborhoods and basically just make their presence known
Yeah.
to try to scare people away.
That sounds easier than finding people that are missing, though.
Yeah,
Why don't you do that?
I don't do that.
Would you wear a green like the beret?
No, I don't.
What do you mean by they scare people in the neighborhood?
Basically, a lot of neighborhoods that are bad do a lot of like dealing and stuff like that. There usually isn't too
Is that
much-
what the people in Easton that wear the yellow shirts are?
Probably. They're not the Guardian Angels. They're probably something else. But that's what they do. They show up there where there's a lot of drug dealing, and they just stand around and get in the way.
How do they not get shot?
That's the reason why I don't want to do it, because it's pretty...
Because they don't arm themselves or
Oh, yeah, they
like,
do.
Oh, they do now?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, man. So basically they're mercenaries, not angels
they're
anymore.
not shooting people for
Death
money.
angels, Jesse.
Like the A-Team.
Yeah.
No.
Sounds a little fishy to me.
I talked to the police today.
About what? Hopefully nothing going on here.
No.
Cool.
For the packages that were removed.
Oh, that's right. I was going to bring that up, but you seem a little calm now. So
No,
you had
some packages removed from my front porch.
lingerie stolen off your front porch.
No. Pictures of my kids.
What did you do? Like go to Owen Mills and get pictures taken?
No, she had done with a photographer somewhere. I don't know.
Why weren't they just like emailed to you? Were they like framed and things she picked out?
No, I actually had to go pick up the prints today, but she got the pictures turned into like those canvas prints.
Yeah.
So they were like massive.
Yeah.
things.
What do you think someone's going to do? You think you'll be at like a flea market somewhere where someone's trying to sell pictures of you?
No, I'm not in them. No, they're just going to throw them away.
You think?
Yeah. But anyway, when I talked to that officer today, he was very helpful.
Who was he? Nazareth?
But he
Anyone we know? You want
no,
to shout anybody out
listen,
on the police force?
I don't know any of those people. So the
Those
guy,
people, huh?
I don't
Not
know
a friend of the police, Jesse?
Yes, I am. So he said he started talking and taking notes, and then he said, "You know what? Can I get your ID real quick?" And I go, "Yeah, you can run my background if you want." And he goes, "No, that's not what I'm doing." I go, "No, that's really what you are doing, but you can run it. It's okay." So he goes, "All right." So he runs my thing over the radio, and it comes back, Jesse Shive, he has a concealed carry permit. And I go, why the fuck would they say that over the radio? And he goes, oh, I don't know. So then I showed him what else I do.
I was somewhere
and
and they announced that as well. I forget where I was. It wasn't about you.
I didn't think they were allowed to do. I know that in the radio or in the computers in the car, sometimes they're a little slow and it won't tell them that. I mean, it's for their safety and understanding.
You also have to realize is not everyone that carries a gun keeps it like in a safe place. And
but the whole idea is,
I know plenty of stupid people that own firearms.
But now everybody over the radio has my name. I don't like that. So I told him what else I did, and he was like, "Oh."
But now
okay,
everybody listening knows.
Yeah. Well, I know everybody knows here, but I'm saying over the radio. I mean, that does because in Pennsylvania you don't have to tell them. If you get pulled over, you don't have to say, "Hey, I have a gun in the car." You don't have to. I do.
I prefer not knowing anything and just being like, okay.
Yeah, just let it roll. I tell them, and I give them all the credentials that I have, and then it's usually okay. But I just think it's professional to do that, as far as just not making a surprise.
I never wanted to carry a gun.
The last guy questioned.
Do either of you carry a gun or have a permit to carry a gun? No.
Well, last time I got pulled over in Allentown for some bullshit, the guy asked, not even can I see your license? It was just, what are you doing? And I said, I'm driving to work. And he goes, yeah? What do you do? I said, I work for a bail company, like right around the corner. And he goes, oh, you have any guns in the car? I said, yeah, I have multiple guns. And then everybody got a little upset and surrounded my car, and I wanted to know why I had multiple guns.
Yeah, that's an alarming thing, man.
Yeah, well, look at the job. If I said I was a florist and then said I had multiple guns,
What do you mean,
I'd be a
like
little worried.
installing floors?
Florist. I'm a florer. You fucking... Yeah.
So it sounds like the police came to do their job. You made it difficult.
No, the
for
guy.
them.
Well, the guy today was very helpful, but he said it. I guess somebody up the street also got some shit taken too.
Yeah, I don't know. My parents, we had a skateboard stolen. That was ever it.
So did I. Told you on the show many times, right out of my fucking front yard.
We had a pizza delivery guy came in through the garage and he stole Richard's board that was off to the side.
Yeah. Well, our local mail people said that when we questioned where our shit was, that there were some people working on the streets, and maybe it was them. I said, yeah, I know. The guy probably just stopped his front end loader because they're fixing the fucking road and jumped out and grabbed the package and went back to work. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. And she goes, well, we scanned it in. It's not there. And I said, well, then I did that. Somebody has to fucking fix this. And give me another one.
I have a question now that you're bringing up mail. Have you ever received smut in the mail?
No.
Never.
No.
Not once have you ever gotten smut in the mail.
I received some literature on Valtrex after Kyle Steinmetz.
You never subscribed to Playboy?
No.
Girls Gone Wild?
No.
I got Girls Gone Wild.
I know. I heard. I remember.
It was when I first moved out of my parents.
How long did it take you to figure out that they're not just girls they found on the street and they're professional?
Well, the first couple they were like the old, not older, but they were the ones where it was like, oh my God, I can't believe that girl.
What do you think those girls got to sign off the waiver?
T-shirts. T-shirts, probably.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. I mean, look at what girls do on Instagram for likes. I mean, I don't think they paid any of those girls at all. I don't know. Because they would like show up because I remember like when I worked at Martin Guitar, they would be like, well, they came locally and they were at a bar in Allentown and everyone was like, oh my God, they're going to be there. It's just girls that want to show their tatas. I liked getting smut in the mail. I used to get it monthly. And then they'd deliver it to the bar. And then Chica would go, your porn's here.
Oh, I thought you meant it to like your parents' house.
No, well, it was when I moved out of their house. And then...
Was that your rite of passage? Like, I'm out now.
Yep.
And get smut
I got
now?
my first apartment. I picked out the paint. I decorated it the way I wanted. And then I was watching Girls Gone Wild, like TV. Like, as used to Comedy Central would run it late night. And then I was like, I could totally order that. No one's going to question about my mail. That's when I first started getting smut in the mail. You ever get Playboy?
No.
You seem like a Playboy. You were a hustler guy.
I told you I'd get anything in the fucking mail.
So you were the gas station guy. You got your porn at a gas station?
No.
Your older brother? Where'd you get your porn from, man?
I'm not going to fall down the rabbit hole that you're trying to throw me in.
Why won't you be honest about where you got your porn as a child?
What are you talking about? I'm not getting into this
Oh.
because I know where it's going to go. That there's a special kind of corner that we have in the show.
You're not even in the corner anymore. Yeah. I remember finding my father's old like VHS tapes, but now that I like know where my father was at his age and working in a factory, is like there's probably other guys at work that they were like talking about porn and like, yeah, you could borrow it.
Yeah. Oh,
it's weird that you had to borrow porn from people back then.
Well, back in the day, middle school.
You probably bought porn off of a medley.
No.
Allegedly, you bought porn off of a medley?
No. Remember the middle school had that little...
Jared Mackis allegedly sold you porn?
Yeah, he was no, but remember it was that patch of woods right between the middle school and going over the bridge to go to the football field?
Are you telling me you and your friends used to hide pornography under logs and you'd take turns going into the woods and finding it?
We used to take bikes back there, and I remember Jared Rep would be like, hey, there's porn back here, and there would be random...
Yeah, I used to find that in the woods, too. You would find just like...
it was all those BMX kids. So they were.
But even back in the woods behind my parents, sometimes you would just find porn like littered on trees because like the weather got to it.
Yeah.
So that's where you got your porn
Jared
from,
Rep
the woods?
exposed me to that in the woods.
Your woods porn is what you got?
I guess.
Isn't it weird that you had to share porn?
We didn't share. It was just you'd look at it.
Yeah, but you never borrowed porn from somebody?
No.
You football kids are weird. Wrestler?
Yeah.
You guys are too busy doing weird stuff in the locker room.
Are you upset because I had a wrestle one time against you? Is that what it is?
I don't want to get into this story. Mr. Burrell, was that who it was?
Yeah.
Fuck him. Prick.
Where is he now?
Who cares?
I like your Potsy's cup.
40th anniversary.
Yeah, well, how do you get that?
Um,
And why do I not have one and I have to promote this shitty company?
I went in there for hot dogs the other day after work. I got out at 4 and I texted my mom. I was like, "You want me to get Potsy's?" And she's like, "Yeah."
What's your jam?
I got real weird. Not real weird, but I got 3 different dogs, which is just a weird to do because you have to say 3 different hot dogs in a row. So I got chili cheese bacon, then I got ketchup cheese bacon, and then I got an everything.
Yeah.
And a chocolate milk.
I get everything cheese and a pickle.
That's good as well. I don't know. My parents prefer Jimmy's over Potsy's, but.
With that fucking decrepit guy who yells at you.
He's not there anymore. They had like a huge falling out.
Well, yeah, doesn't he lose part of his thing? But anyway, isn't that the one they don't give you fucking ketchup with their fucking hot dogs?
No, it's just mustard, onion, pickle. That's it.
Fucking unheard of. What an idiot. He yelled at me when I asked for ketchup.
Jeez.
Fucking asshole.
Did you watch the Nicolas Cage movie Mandy?
No. I don't even know what that is. I haven't watched Nicolas Cage I watched one of those behind the scenes thing when it talks about how he lost all of his money.
Yeah, but you were a big fan of the Wicker Man. I remember when that came out. You were like, dude, let's get Wicker Man tattoos.
No, I don't even know what that is either. I lost all respect for him when I realized that like, he's a Coppola.
What does that mean?
You know, like Francis Ford Coppola.
No.
And so his family's very, very rich, and he changed his name to try to be cool, and he still sucks. So I lost all respect for him.
So you hate him?
I hate him now
because he has a stage
because
name.
he came from.
What about the Rock? That's a crazy stage name. You hate him?
He says his real name.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, he's a rich person who blew a bunch of. Only good thing about fucking Nicolas Cage was you could go to New Orleans and literally run into him on the street because he would just hang out and be fucked up all the time.
Everyone hates him because he's a terrible actor, and you hate him because he's related to
Because he's
Francis
a rich
Ford
kid.
Coppola.
No, because he's a rich kid
weirdo.
and he still sucks. That's why.
That is the dumbest reason to hate someone.
He's a rich kid that got everything like given to him, and he's still miserable. And he sucks.
I don't think he's miserable.
No,
He was great in Mandy.
Okay, so he's doing.
You would like Mandy. It's like
C
super
movies.
violent. There's all kinds. Like half the weapons he used in that movie, you've ordered out of magazines.
I don't order weapons out of magazines.
You definitely have done that.
I have not. I've watched videos and I've picked out stuff, but I've never ordered from magazines. No.
I don't believe you.
No.
Anyways, our friend of mine came into town, and we went out for some drinks and did some fun things, and we came back to the studio. And we would have been all right if we would have stayed at the studio, but I was like, hey, you should check out this place, the Townhouse. So we go over to the Townhouse.
Shut up, Swazi.
So we went over to the Townhouse, and then we left the Townhouse and came back here, and it was just another level we were on. So we're like, all right, we're going to start this movie. I don't really remember any of the movie at all. I remember bits and pieces, and then the movie stopping, and then realizing we have another hour and 10 minutes left to watch it.
Okay, so what is the premise of the movie?
Nicolas Cage is in love with Mandy.
Of course.
And
it's some hot girl who's way out of his fucking
no,
stretch back face.
She's probably attractive to me, not you. She's got this like weird scar. She looks like
pirate.
Nope, she looks like she's like a Wiccan chick with an eating disorder. She's like super thin, but she's into like moons and stars. You wouldn't like her.
Crystals.
I don't know if she would have healing crystals, but I don't get the movie. So she's all right looking. He's in love with her. This like Marilyn or Charles Manson like cult finds her on the side of the road, and they come back and they kidnap her. And then Nicolas Cage is now on a journey with like forged weapons to find her. So we stopped the movie. I think it was like a week later. Jared comes over and we're like, let's watch Mandy again. So we start the movie. The movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we start the movie, and I told the story to my mom, and she was just laughing at me. So we start the movie, and we're like, all right, cool. And then it's going, and we're both like, man, I really just don't remember any of this movie. And it goes through, and then the credits hit. And it's supposed to be 2 hours and 20 minutes. We both know that it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. And we both look at each other, and we're like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that wasn't 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I'm like, dude, I don't like that movie seems so short. So then like I start backing up the movie a little bit, and we're like, what the fuck? And like for probably 3 minutes, the both of us thought that we time traveled. And we were both okay with the fact that that happened. But then we're sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But what the fucked up thing was is that where the movie stopped when our friend was in town and where we started it is the only part in that movie that if you would stop the movie and broke it into two, you could have two movies.
Like two shorts?
Yes, you could definitely have two shorts. Like it could have been like this was the first half of the movie like a Kill Bill. This is the second half of the movie. They just would have had to add a half hour of bullshit into both. Only part of the movie that would happen. So then I start freaking out, and I look at my phone, and I'm like, okay, well, I ordered the pizza at 9. It's 10:30. Like, there's no way that we watched the 2 hour movie. So what ended up happening was when I rebought the movie on Amazon, which I did not think this would do, it resumed the movie from the halfway point.
So you started the movie halfway through and didn't even know that you did.
No, because we didn't remember watching the first half of the movie. And like there's a part in it where he's like in a canoe. Like there's all kinds of like real weird like acidy like 70s stuff. Like visually I actually really like the movie. I mean his acting is dog shit, but that's why he was put in it. But like there was parts where he kept saying like, hey, the canoe's not coming yet. Like I don't know where the canoe is. And then the movie just ended. So then the best part is that we had to start the movie over. So we like technically watched the movie like 3 times.
So, is there a way you can see how many people actually purchased that movie on Amazon? Because I'm willing to bet there's not that many.
No, I actually think it's like a bit of a cult following, like the underground, like horror. I think like people who are into like horror movies and stuff like that. Like I think
videos.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people actually like watched that movie. It's probably the most attention he's had on a movie since. I mean, what's the last thing he put out? Ghost Rider.
That was watchable. Oh, this is so bad. Yeah, that are watchable.
I mean, when do you think it started going downhill? The one where he was like
The Rock
searching for stuff. What was that one? National Treasure. Were
yeah,
those bad?
Yeah, National Treasure.
Were they bad?
They're not as.
I mean, he was
miserable, but it's interesting as far as, I mean, it's complete dog shit. But I don't know. I guess if you're like, my kid likes it. She's like, this is so amazing. Is that really happening? No, there's not. Secret treasures all over the place. Not like that.
I mean, he shined and Gone in 60 Seconds.
By shine, no.
Could you name your favorite Nicolas Cage movie? 8mm was
that was
good.
Fucking weird.
Yeah. What else has he got? Face Off. He was so crazy in that
God,
one.
oh, jeez.
What did you say?
I listened to.
The Vegas one too.
Yeah, the Vegas. Yeah, what is that?
Leaving Las Vegas.
Leaving Las Vegas. Okay, that with
So he's probably got a
Arquette,
couple,
right? Patricia Arquette.
So what do you think it is? The piles of shit
Listen,
outshadow.
Face Off was so bad.
No way.
I watched a.
Wait, in that one, well, first of all, fucking, what's the one where DePrima's got the poster where they're Con Air?
When he had that long, strangly fucking hair.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get it.
That's right.
You darling.
They had a.
I got you a rabbit, darling. Get the I just sit there like, ooh.
He had to have. He had to have that Southern accent. He was so bad
was
at
just
it.
in and out of the Southern accent.
Do you think they knew, like on set, like the directors were like, yeah, like just go, like just because he was big enough back then that he was selling movies.
And
It
they're
didn't
just like,
matter.
people are stupid, so they don't know. They don't know.
Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona.
Arizona.
He was good in that. Yeah. So he does have a couple. I mean, I feel like he was big at one point.
He fell into a lot of stuff. I think. It's just so many bad
I don't know.
movies.
Was he the bad guy in Face Off, or was he?
Yes.
So wait, but Travolta.
Something Troy, wasn't it?
But yeah, that's right. But like
Castor Troy.
Castor Troy.
Oh.
You know what?
Listen, I watched a thing when he talked about getting into that character.
Oh yeah, they had
And
like
he's
the
like, and I
behind
was
the
just like,
scenes.
I'm just going crazy, and I told the director like, I'm just gonna like, and I'm like, oh, just that artsy fartsy shit that I'm just gonna get into the character, man. I had to go off on my own and think about what it would be like if I. Oh,
He was probably
fuck
just
you.
on blow.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's on.
Like the Gone in 60 Seconds, like that whole movie, and I want to break it down on this show. Draws was pointing it out.
Everybody has to go get their shit ready when listening to the
No,
Rider song?
like the bad guy, and I forget his name, but he was obsessed with making antique furniture.
He was a crazy wood maker.
And he was like giving his evil speeches while sanding. And he's asking Nicolas Cage, he's like, you know how hard it is to make a chair out of mahogany?
Yeah, no, I'm telling you. I tried to watch that movie. And
It's
then, like
good.
I said, after they
It's
go
good.
and they're getting all serious, like, oh man, we're like the real
You say
deal.
what you want, but that movie is what sold everyone on buying the first set of Bose surround sound, because that's what was on in every Sam's Club.
No, a lot of people started buying Eleanor after that. The car.
Oh, I thought you meant the prostitute.
Yeah, she was dirty.
Oh no.
No, the car. That's everybody did that.
But I suggest you watch Mandy. I don't know if you would like it. You would like it probably from the violence and.
Is it like anything like John Wick?
No,
then I don't want to watch it.
It's nothing like really anything. It's more. I don't even know how to describe it.
Do you understand the John Wick movies, how well they're put together? That they literally count the fucking rounds in every single gun?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you
And
could
it's
say
really
Mandy's similar to that.
real life. So, like, you go and he learns that there's so many, like, it's true to what real life is.
I mean, every person he killed in Mandy, you could actually kill the way he did. Like, he crushes someone with his hands, pushes their face in.
I don't like this movie.
What?
I'm not going to watch this movie.
It's really good. So, we rented out a room over there that holds about 250 people, and then I met up with Tyler Rothrock and Zach and JM, and Tyler had this idea for doing stand-up comedy and having 3 of the jiu-jitsu guys do stand-up, and then 3 of comics have to get involved in jiu-jitsu. So we've been slowly well, not slowly at all because our timeline's so crunched, but what it's going to be is Zach, JM, and Thad Frick are all going to do, and another guy from 10th Planet, I forget his name, one of their friends. They're all going to do 3 to 5 minutes of stand-up.
Yeah.
And then after
Now,
that...
have any of them done any stand-up before?
No.
That Frick, I think, is going to be funny. He's a funny dude.
Thad, I think, is going to prepare a little bit.
Yep.
Zach called his comic friend, and he's writing some stuff out, and he's gone over a little bit of material with me. I think he's fine.
So he's going to be more like a roast?
I don't know. And then JM, I don't think is preparing at all. I was like, have you done anything yet? And he's like, I'm thinking. And I'm just like, oh, I mean, I don't know. Because I don't know what the nerves are to get in front of people. Like, you know, JM has done EBI. Like, you know, that type of nerves, I don't know how that transfers into the same nerves as standing on a stage.
But that's a different, yeah, exactly. That's a different kind of being in front of people.
Yeah.
To be able to go and have to talk and actually wait for a response from him is
yeah.
be probably different.
But he's like, whatever, I don't care. He's like, you know, they're all like...
Tyler will be fine. By the way, I was the first person in his recording.
Oh, wow.
The very first seat in his recording. It actually is very good. I'll give him credit. Cocksucking little head bastard. But Tyler Rothrock is a funny fucking guy.
So then...
With a big hog with that picture.
I don't know who all or how it's going to be set up yet, but I know those 3 or 4 are going first, and then Tyler, Andy Molina, and Chris Freed, who I actually talked to a little bit because we went and shot some stuff over at Finishers.
Yeah,
and
he was funny on Anthony's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to perform and do all that, so we'll have the 3 people before and then 3 people after.
Yeah.
And then... I went and did a food judging contest with my brother's sister-in-law, Rose, works for the March of Dimes. So I reached out to her to help out with it, and she was able to get like a lot of shit done that like we would have never gotten done. So she got Subway to cater the entire thing, and then because I was worried about that because it's from 5:30 to 7 at night. And our budget is like we have nothing to work with
because you're trying to raise money.
Yeah,
tell them what you're raising money for.
So the charity is for Justin Wren is an MMA fighter for the Fight for the Forgotten, and then he got involved with saving pygmy children, and like he went over and then he started donating his full purses, and then now he set up this foundation where you can raise money and then donate to it, and then they do things like
build wells.
Yeah, so for $4,000, which is what JM's trying to raise, if you come to the show, babies won't die, but if you don't come, you know, that's on your conscience that children will die of thirst. So if I kept saying that to my mom, I'm like, you got to get your friends to go. These kids are going to die. So what we're trying to do is raise $4,000, and then they'll do a well. But I guess over the years, Justin's also turned it into an anti-bullying thing as well. Mm-hmm. So that's like a lot of anti-bullying, and then it's just an awesome charity. And he's on Rogan, and he put out a book as well on it. And I saw they were doing it, and I reached out, and I wanted to get involved. So we set up the comedy show, and then the first hour is going to be we're trying to get a beer company to come and hand out samples, and a liquor company, but there's going to be food there, and then we're going to have a ton of raffles. And I know like we got 4 tickets to Allentown Symphony Hall for like the Beatles tribute band, and then a restaurant donated to go with that. Luke from Ben Iron Forge is going to donate
Awesome.
a knife, and his wife's going to
Yeah.
donate an hour of horse
Check
riding
out
lessons.
everything that guy does.
He's coming on the show then.
Oh, it's so fucking cool. All the stuff he does is awesome.
And then Wawa donated a gift basket. I know Sheets did not. And
They
then
probably didn't go to Sheets and ask because Wawa probably fucking.
so there's going to be a ton of raffle stuff, which I think is going to also raise a lot of money. And then at 5:30 the doors open, and then there's a cash bar, and then it's just a comedy show. So that's December 22nd, and we have tickets for sale at the studio and at 10th Planet Bethlehem Finishers MMA over there. Just look up Finishers MMA, and you can get a hold of them for tickets as well. But you said you wanted to thank everybody who was involved in
No, I didn't do any of that. I'm just
helping out. Drew Hoagland
made these tables. They're awesome.
made the tables.
Yes.
Brian Jandrew's dilapidated farmhouse is where we got the tin to wrap around the front. So thank you, Brian, for having garbage on your property.
Yeah. Did he bring it over in the truck?
No,
No.
I
Where's
went
the
and
truck?
picked it up.
Where's the truck?
he doesn't have it anymore.
Oh.
Chris
wait,
Mumaw.
what does he do for a living?
Chris Mumaw, thank you again. Can't thank you enough. Jeremiah Rouse, I know both of you are busy. Thank you so much. Kara, oh my God, if I would have forgot her, she won't listen to the show, but she helped me redesign and do the entire basement. And there's too many other people to thank. But other than that,
Malavolta.
yes, Dusty did the electric. Like I said, I should have made a list, but I don't have it. But the show's back, and we don't have to stop to do anything anymore. And I'm just excited to do the show again. And I remember last time we did the show, you used to say something motivational, and I think we should continue that in the honor of Josh.
No, we. We agree that you were going to say inspirational.
No, that was
stuff at the
actually
end.
my last conversation with him. Was he wanted you
I
to do this?
I think you're full of shit. I don't
Seriously though, you have nothing nice to say?
about anyone.
Yeah, like give us a motivational quote or something, man. How'd you not come prepared when you
Hey,
always close out the show?
Everybody go out there and do some good stuff.
Yeah, you stink.
Donate some time, stuff. That's all I have. I don't really
Are you
have-
looking up a quote?
No, my wife sent me a text that someone, hey, motherfucker. Apparently somebody has this asshole on fucking video now, so now I get to go find
stealing
him.
from your house.
Not from my house, but no, they have a picture of him. A disheveled 30-something white male.
Look, I didn't take anything off your fucking porch.
5'7".
Please don't say anything about a mustache.
I'm going to add he doesn't walk properly anymore.
Well.
Once I find this piece of shit. Oh, look, he's wearing a beanie and a hoodie. Of course he is. Wearing all
Well, we
black.
have those for sale at DeverAgainClothing.com. And if you want to look like the guy who
So if you're this guy,
from,
I'm going to kick the shit out of you.
you should probably not be putting any of this on the air.
I'm not making threats that he stole something.
I still think you should close the show out.
Close it with, I will find you, you piece of worthless fucking shit.